58. My, oh my, what a wonderful day.
And you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come true.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of
The Disco Freaks! So,
we are going to be doing listing our favorite rides at Walt Disney World.
there'll be 3 or less from each of the parks, and then 2 overall. One that's non-thrill and one that's thrill.
Okay, so let's start off with Magic Kingdom. We made a list, that's why we're on our phones.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so what's your number 3?
my third favorite at Magic Kingdom, not my number one. So, number one will be the best. 3 is the one.
Still pretty good.
Still pretty good. But, so, Pirates of the Caribbean is my third favorite.
Why is that?
Because, I don't know, I really like the way it's all set up, and it's a good ride. It's in the dark, it's cool, it has AC, plus it's a fun ride, and it's just kind of funny. I like it.
I like the Carousel Progress. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. 1, because of that very catchy theme song. And 2, because it's just a nice, relaxing ride. 20 minutes, get out of the rain, get out of the hot weather.
Extremely comfy chairs, I must say.
Extremely comfy chairs. And, like, it has a sort of interesting story.
I mean, Walt touched it, he created it.
Yeah, and Walt touched it. That's beautiful. What's your number 2 for Magic?
Space Mountain. It was a
What?
close call because I got to ride it last time we went, and it was just amazing. You can't tell where you're going, and it's just an awesome roller coaster. And it's like you don't even know when you're going to drop or anything.
Like,
Or number 2.
My number 2 is the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just a nice, relaxing ride. You get to see basically all of Tomorrowland. And, like, there's, like, a cool part where you get to go through Space Mountain, and it goes through a bunch of rides. And plus it has the original Epcot model, which Walt touched himself.
Mm. My number 1 at Magic Kingdom is also in Tomorrowland. Now, I just find it amazing because it's interactive and it's so much fun, and I love to play laser tag, so it's part of the reason. It's Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin, and it's honestly great for all ages, and it's just awesome and so much fun.
Galactic Hero!
Number 1.
999.
Okay.
And then my number 1 is Splash Mountain. Because it has a really great story in it. And then you go down this, like, humongous drop that fits in right into the story. And then you go into this room where you're basically having a party singing zippity-doo-dah, zippity-da. Like, who doesn't love parties?
But I must say that all of these we both love, but it's just we didn't want to take each other, so like we probably would have both put Space Mountain.
And both put, like, Buzz Lightyear and everything.
But we didn't want to repeat ourselves.
That's with mainly all of these.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so next.
Going on to Epcot.
Epcot. Experimental prototype community of... Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, Community of Tomorrow. Okay.
We only did 1 at Epcot, and then we have 1 that we both say together.
Yeah.
Because Epcot, there's not a lot of big ticket rides, but there's the World, which takes up a lot of time, and it's really nice. But yeah.
Okay.
So mine is Soarin'. I loved it with my mom. My mom was like, she's afraid of heights, so she was like, yeah. But and like, there's this one part when you go into the orange grove though, and you smell all the oranges, and it's just like.
So that would have been my first one, but my second one, because we didn't want to repeat, is Test Track. It was really fun.
Test Track's really fun. I love the part when you go through the wall. Again, my mom was screaming her head off.
Yep.
My mom's not a fan of rides.
And then both of our pretty much number ones besides Soarin' would be Some of All Thrills. You actually get to design your own ride.
And then you go on this huge conga arm, and you get to ride it. Kuga arm, sorry. Kuga. I thought it was
Kuga or something. I don't know, something like
Kuga
that.
or Conga. Anyways, and so, and you also get to ride it with one other person, like so. And then there's like a divider and a screen in front of you, so
You can't see
ride.
you can't see anything except for like the animated thing, but you can see the other person, which is funny.
Face.
It's funny.
But yeah.
So on to Hollywood Studios, aka
Hollywood, here we come.
Okay, we have two for this one. So my second favorite is Toy Story Mania.
Mine is Star Tours. Why do you like Toy Story Mania?
It's just another interactive ride. It's 3D. When you pop a balloon or anything, it like pops and like really cool effects, and it's just a fun ride. But it's always really long, so you have to fast pass it.
I love Star Tours because it's not always that long of a wait, and it's still like a really good ride, and like it moves a lot, and like it's so like there's this part that's now interactive when it's like the rebel spy, and like they take a picture of someone inside the ride and put it as the rebel spy that they're trying to look for and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Disney's really good at that stuff.
And then my number one ride is Tower of Terror. It's just amazing. Every time you go on, it's completely different. It's just, I mean, there are opportunities for that to do different combinations are just incredible, and it's just an amazing drop ride.
Amazing theming.
And the way that they pull you down, it's not just like dropping you. Like, you know, some of the outdoor ones are just like, okay, drop, and then kind of springs you. This one really pulls you down, and you only have a seatbelt, so you really get the airtime, which is I love.
And my number one is Rockin' Roller Coaster.
Yeah, that's really close to me too.
But yeah, it's really fun. It has onboard audio, which makes the ride like
Aerosmith.
5 times better. It's like almost completely in the dark, and there's like tons of neon signs, and like the pre-show is so funny.
Yeah, and the theming of it's just awesome.
The theming's spot on.
Mm.
The alleyway looks so real.
Yeah, it does. It looks like you're outside in the dark. You have no clue.
But now we go on to Asia, Africa, Broadway, dinosaurs alive and well at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. That's the old version. Here's the new version. Africa, Asia, dinosaurs at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Okay, so my second favorite, my number one is Expedition Everest. It's just incredible ride. Their theming is just incredible. Actually, it's the world's most expensive ride too. Really cool.
Like $100 million.
It's ridiculous, but it's awesome.
My number one ride is Dinosaur because it's really cool. It bounces around a lot, and there are these huge dinosaurs that make you like freak out. Like there's one that like slobbers on you and stuff.
Yeah, when that one came out, I was kind of like underneath the bar, like.
But yeah, and now your favorite show at Animal Kingdom.
The Lion King. It's just amazing. Oh.
And like whenever I see it now, it's gonna remind me of Broadway version.
Mm-hmm. They're both different, but they're both amazing in different ways. For instance, if you haven't seen the one in Disney, it's kind of spoiler alert. They have tumble monkeys and they like flipping on trampolines. It's really cool.
My favorite show is in Animal Kingdom is Finding Nemo. It's really cool. The puppets are really spot on. I love the part when Squirt. I love when Squirt comes like bouncing down from the ceiling.
Fun fact for you, I actually saw that show on their very first show, but it wasn't a very good show because the reason being, not because of them, but that day it was very stormy, so one, the power went out. 2, they weren't prepared for the power to go out, so they had to like take like an hour and a half trying to get, like everything light and everything in there, but it was, once the show started, it was okay. It had some special effects errors and different things, but
I don't.
It was still good. It was the first show, but
I don't blame that on them at all because the power. And then we have an overall non-thrill. John, what's your overall non-thrill?
Getting out of the shot. My overall non-thrill would be Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. I love it.
And my favorite non-thrill is Carousel Progress, like I already said earlier. I just love that ride. I still can't get over the theme song. One more time. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away. Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows
that's
his
enough.
dream with nine heart.
Shh.
Oh.
You're killing these poor old people.
Sorry. What's your favorite thrill ride?
My favorite thrill ride is Tower of Terror. It's just, I love it.
My favorite thrill ride is Rock and Roller Coaster. 3, 2, 1. Now it's time
to say goodbye to all our company.
M-I-C
See you real soon.
K-E-Y
Why? Because we like you.
M-O-U-S-E.
See you real soon.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed,